Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Let's Get Comics, and before I move on, if anyone can come up with a better name, please leave it in the comments below, because I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Anyways, so this is another one of my comic videos that I'm starting now, but not just where I talk about what comics I have, but I'm going to be talking and actually reviewing comics, starting with The Superior Spider-Man number 2. I decided just to do number 2 because it just came out yesterday and I didn't want to backtrack all the way to number 1. It was only one issue ago though. So anyways, there's been a lot of controversy about this comic and ending The Amazing Spider-Man. Basically, I'm going to tell you real short and sweet in case you don't already know what you should. In the original, I guess the first, I should say, and the original comic series of Spider-Man was The Amazing Spider-Man. Recently they hit number 700, in which they killed Peter Parker, and people flipped out. Like, oh, there's tape on this comic. I'm going to show you guys in the back of this one. People flipped out about them killing Peter Parker. They're like, first you killed the Ultimate Spider-Man, and first you killed the Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, and now you're killing the 616 Universe Spider-Man. People were absolutely losing it. So, and then all the reviews were talking about how the comic is so bad. But you know what? I thought it was okay. And then after people hated the last 700, probably because, or number 700, because Spider-Man died, then all of a sudden they all hated. No one even read Superior Spider-Man number 1. But I gave it a chance, and you know what? It seems pretty sweet. So basically, if you don't know at the end of it, when they killed Peter Parker, the way it happened was that Dr. Octopus was dying, so he switched minds with Peter Parker. So now Peter Parker is stuck in Dr. Octopus's body that's dying. So if the body dies, obviously the mind dies too, so Peter Parker would be dead. And Dr. Octopus would be in Spider-Man's body to take over his life. And it basically ended with that's what happened. Dr. Octopus, who was Spider-Man, who was Peter Parker, died. And now Spider-Man is Dr. Octopus in Peter's body. It's kind of confusing, but once you figure it out. So anyways, this is another thing people didn't like about Superior Spider-Man. It's kind of creepy how Dr. Octopus is being so seductive with Mary Jane. And this is actually a huge turning point for the character in this comic. So, oh, also, before I forget, in The Amazing Spider-Man 700, Doc Ock also lived through all of Peter's memories, and he found out why Peter is Spider-Man and why he does all that good to save people. So Dr. Octopus promised to be a superior Spider-Man and continue to help and be Spider-Man. So anyways, with all that prologue, let's get on to the actual comic. I'm going to give this comic, I'm going to give it the rating right now, an 8.5 out of 10. That's what I really feel it should be, because I'm not going to show you all the comics and ruin it for you guys, but I'm really liking the new direction they're taking with it. And it's not just like Peter Parker's dead and you're never going to see him again. Now Dr. Octopus is Spider-Man. No, he's still in his consciousness. I don't know how to say it. Consciousness. There we go. And Peter Parker is trying to fight back control for his body. But you know, it's going to be cool. This is probably going to go on for a year or so. And Peter Parker's not really dead because now he's back. So anyways, one thing I kind of like is the new costume. There's not many differences, but he's got new lenses that you guys can see. And actually in Avenging Spider-Man 15.1, it talks about how the lenses adapt to what mood he's in. So like when Spider-Man's like, oh my gosh, and he's gasping, the eyes widen. He's got talons, I guess you could say, at the fingertips that he can slice people with and inject spider nano tracers. And he's got one big toe now. I'm not sure how that really affects him. And the spider on his back's a little bit different. So here it is. There is Peter Parker's ghost. He's really voicing what a lot of the fans are thinking. Like, how come nobody notices how different Spider-Man and Peter Parker are? Because Doc Ock and Spider-Man have very different attitudes. And yeah, and this was actually, I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Doc Ock's trying to get it with Mary Jane, and nobody likes the Mary Jane Spider-Man relationship for whatever reason. That was the only one I knew until Amazing Spider-Man came out and he started like having a love interest for Gwen Stacy. I wasn't sure what to say. And in this one, Doc Ock actually does something Peter Parker couldn't do and breaks it off with Mary Jane. So it's a big turning point for his character. And you know what? I think people got to give it a chance, because this isn't really a new Spider-Man series. It's more like a brand new day or something. It's more just a story arc. This is a story arc of Doc Ock in Peter's body. That's all it's going to be. And eventually Peter's going to get his body back. And I just know it, because they're not going to actually kill him. That wouldn't make sense. With everything going so well and the comics were getting so good, like in storytelling and stuff. And then here at the very back is all the letters to the editor, and people are flipping out. And right here it says, where is it? Here are all the letters they sent, and then, oh yeah, and then here's from the editor. Sorry we lost you as readers, and too bad you're never going to find out that your letter got published in a Spider-Man comic because they said that they stopped reading. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you think of this comic book and what you think about the whole Superior Spider-Man thing. And thank you guys for watching. Check out the other videos on my main channel and the videos on my gaming channel. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See ya.